Hello and welcome to all the men and women of the West. I'm Joe. My co host Dan will not be joining me today as he's off visiting family while I elected to dog sit. After the first day, that is. Anyways, here I am, and I'm going to be checking out The Lord of the Rings, the Gollum story trailer from PS5, PS4 games. Figure I might as well do this. Why not? Every other Tolkien tuber seems to be doing it. And I have to admit, I'm a little curious how this will work out. Coming out of the gate, I'm thinking that the idea of a Gollum game is actually a really dumb idea. And the reason I think it's not a great idea is that, we could have had a story, I don't know, with Isildur. We could have had a game all about him, or Celebrimbor, or if we have to stick to the Third Age, I said Isildur, to an extent. You could have had maybe playing as Arathorn. You could have had the Angmar Wars. Heck, you could even play as the Witch King of Angmar. Why not go with that? That'd be a great idea. But instead, we get Gollum. Because Assassin's Creed? I don't follow the logic. I may have studied a bit of game development and art, but I honestly have no idea how some of these studios operate. There, I'll just fix the mic. And here we go. Let's see if it'll be good. Let me just up. So they're.
The darkness grows beyond our borders. My people are growing anxious. We cannot let this evil linger among us, Gandalf.
The Dark Lord, what did you tell him?
Nothing. We swears.
What?
The Lord sent me, his emissary, to...
Okay, hold on. That's probably Thranduil. It's gotta be Thranduil. I think. And here we have Gandalf. Huh, they give him a dark beard rather than a white beard. I wonder if they're trying to differentiate him from the movies or something. Because he did look great in the movies. I might have preferred Christopher Lee as Gandalf, but I gotta say, Ian McKellen really pulled off the look of Gandalf the Grey. Although I think this cloak might be a little, just the furs and the feathers. I kind of like that more. And they actually have Gollum with hair. The appearance of Gollum kind of reminds me of how he might be described to an extent in the book. And kind of the movies. He looks like a weird egg mixture. Those eyes should perhaps glow a little. Although I think it does there. So, yeah, the appearance looks right.
Nothing. We swears.
The Lord sent me, his emissary, to oversee matters in person.
Mouth of Sauron.
The creature, bring it back.
Shelob.
If need be.
We must find help. He mustn't see us. No, not him. Don't be scared.
Between evil and good. What? Well, Gollum... No, Gollum leans pretty close to darkness and evil. The sad thing about him is that he probably could well have been redeemed, but he wasn't. He chose darkness and evil. So right out of the gate, I'm going to say, I don't really agree with that statement. But there is some truth, I have to admit, to it. And I think that was Arwen. Let me go back. No, that can't be Arwen. I mean, look at the eyes. They look like Gollum's. She looks like an insomniac. That's not Arwen. That's gotta be a hobbit. Maybe his grandmother? Because that can't be Arwen. Arwen's supposed to be radiant and beautiful. Is a story untold? Yeah, well, actually, it kind of was told. We get the story from, according to Gandalf, and even from Gollum, or Smeagol, as he's also known. So, actually, a story well told in Lord of the Rings. Okay. It's basically Assassin's Creed, except with Gollum. Let me just go back and check something.
My people are growing anxious.
Oh good, they didn't go with the flaming eyeball. Sorry, I'm not keen on the flaming eyeball. I always found that weird. I never understood why it was there. I know there's the Eye of Sauron, but the Eye of Sauron is more as they presented a tower, sort of. Alright. Like, the visuals in this game look beautiful. Except for... Okay, is that actually supposed to be Galadriel? Can't be. Can't be. This is not an elf. It can't be an elf. Because she's not beautiful. Actually, she's kind of hideous. I don't get it. He almost looks like he's got a tree or two growing out of his head. So, yeah, visually... Okay, I wouldn't... This looks too much like a jacket, like a trench coat. So, though some of the visuals look great... I'll settle on this image. I can't get behind this. I'm sorry. I gotta say this is probably... Now, bear in mind, 0 is terrible, irredeemable. 4 is perfect in our ratings on this channel. This is a half star. Like, there are things that are... Yeah, like, that's right. That's from the book. But what's the point of this game? What is the point? I mean, well, we gotta have our Assassin's Creed set in Middle-earth. Well, why? Why do you need that? Like, if you were to make an Assassin's Creed game with, let's say, Brull from Howard's Legendarium, that would make sense. Because Brull has a history of doing the assassin thing at times. And he's basically the right-hand man and sworn brother of Kull. And yet I can't think of any reason to do the Assassin's Creed thing in Lord of the Rings. I can't imagine. Sure, you might be able to get away with something like God of War of Turin Turambar, set in the First Age. Or Tuor, even, his cousin. Or... Then again, Tuor might be better with something like a Zelda or Breath of the Wild style game. So that you could just explore the vastness of Middle-earth during the First Age. But... they've already lost me. I'm sorry, but... this is... I just don't see the point. I don't get it. Like... Or heck, why not a game about Bilbo Baggins during The Hobbit? That'd be fun. Yeah, I know they probably already did that, but like, do it again, except with these graphics and whatnot. So let me see the comments. I honestly have no idea. That's my sociology teacher. Okay. I like this ad, and gosh, he's brilliant. Finally, a game that lets us fulfill our lifelong dream of playing as a creepy, bug-eyed creature who's obsessed with a ring. Move over, Smeagol, for us to take the precious for a spin. It came from Fable 1. That's a compliment, right? Because Fable 1 looked great. So, I love Fable. At least the first... I like the first game, or at least the Lost Chapters edition of it, and I love Fable 3. I'm a weirdo. I really love Fable 3 the best. I just love the story in there. Looks significantly better than the last trailer. Okay, here's an interesting perspective. So the goal would be to give us an emotional connection to Smeagol. Sorry, just my nose is itchy. I think the novel did a good job of that. Yeah, I remember that scene in Lord of the Rings. It's a great scene. Asmongold got his very own game. Started from the bottom, now we're here. I'm a big fan of Asmongold's channel. I really like him. I think he's funny. I honestly think he's hilarious. And I'm more of a minor Warcraft fan, but I think he does amazing work marketing that franchise and keeping it alive. Him and Bellular. I love those two channels. Though I don't really watch them these days because I'm too busy pumping out videos for Dragon Month. Maybe I'll listen to them some more afterwards. After the 23rd. That's a confusing comment. No. Josh Petty's right. So many stories, endless chapters of lore, compelling stories for miles. You know what we should have gotten, actually, in hindsight? A Gil-galad game. Why didn't Gil-galad get a game? Justice for Gil-galad. Iranian Gil-galad should have been the main character. I'm gonna die on that hill. Here, I'll just move myself over a little. Yeah, that should do. So, sorry, I'm trying to find it. But yeah, Justice for Gil-galad, because this totally should have been his game. We should have played as the great king of the Noldor, the last king of the Noldor, culminating in maybe a great boss fight with Sauron alongside Elendil and Isildur, I guess. Gosh darn it. This was a terrible idea. I will leave a dislike. I am not impressed with this. This is a waste of resources and time and money and just everything. Even my time. Even your time. I'm kidding. No, actually. In all seriousness, hope you all enjoyed this video, such as it was. And I'm going to get back to work on my Conan the Barbarian movie review, which is just about finished. And I got to finish that thumbnail. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do for a thumbnail. I've got to finish the Zelda video, which is just about finished. And I got to also finish a video for Tolkien Reading Day, because you know. So I hope you all enjoyed this reaction video. Hopefully, this week will not be as busy as last week, which was just... Anyways, March always kills me with the channel. It always murders me. Anyways, don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button as though you were Sauron trying to smash Gil-galad into itty-bitty pieces.